Hello, my name is Preston with the St. Clairsville Public Library, and today I'll be walking you through how to use the Cypress resume tool. To access this tool, simply go to our website at stclibrary.org, and then go under Research, Research Databases, and then scroll down the Job and Career section and select Cypress Resume Builder. It'll ask for your library card number. Once you enter this, it'll take you to the main login page. Okay, and now that I've entered that, I'll select Go, and in just a few seconds we'll be at the site. Okay, and this is the main loading screen. This is where you'll select what type of document you want to make, whether cover letter, a reference sheet, or the main resume. Today we'll go over the resume and the cover letter and the reference sheet after. So go ahead and click Go to get started. And loading times may vary. Usually it's within a few seconds. And it gives you two options to choose from, a strictly business and a editor's choice. There is no difference between these two. All they will do is give you a different layout for your resume. All the information will still be selected by you and be the same on both. It will just be displayed differently. So for today, we're going to do the strictly business. Okay. Now we are on the main form page, and you will see where there's options to enter your name and contact information. I've gone ahead and filled this out ahead of time. Once you're finished, just select Next Section, and you'll be taken to the Employment History section. Again, I filled this out as well. Just enter your last 3 jobs, when you started, when you quit, what your title was, and the name of the company. You don't have to use all 3, and if you need more than that, you can select down here, I have more work history, to have 10 additional ones. It is recommended, though, that you only use 3. This program is really geared toward making a one-page resume, so the more information you put on, the more likely you will kick it to a second page, which is fine if you're okay with that, but it is recommended to have a 1 page for your resume. And once you're finished, go to Next Section, and it'll ask you for your educational information. Again, it'll have a spot for 1 high school and 1 college, but you can add more by selecting the I have more education section, which will add a space for 5 colleges. And then once you're finished, hit Next. And then you have a space to enter certificates or training or qualifications that you might have. Again, there's spots for 3, but you can increase this by selecting I have more information. Once you've filled all of these out, select Next Section. It'll proceed to Step 2, which processes more information specific to your job. For this one, we're going to do a search for librarian. And what this feature does, it helps you narrow in on descriptions for your job later on in your resume. So I've typed that in, now we'll hit Go. And you can see that it gives librarian several times listed here, but with different job descriptions. This is because even though you could have the same job title at many different places, the actual job descriptions or what you're actually doing at the job can differ very much depending on where you're at. For instance, you could work in a museum and be an archivist, but be called a librarian, or you could work at a public library or school, public college, and not have to do any kind of archival work at all. So this really helps pick out the kind of descriptions for your skills that you're going to be using later on. So we're going to pick the first one here. We'll select this job. Now that we've chosen a profession, we can view the profile statements. These are pre-written and are designed to show your competency and understanding of the job. They start out very specific to the profession selected, but as you select more options, they'll get more and more generalized. You can also edit these. So if there was part of it that you liked, but you didn't like the whole statement, you can change that. And then once you're finished, hit Save. And you can also add a complete custom statement. And once you're finished, select Use, and this will be added to your finished resume. Okay, let's move on to software and tools. This is a listing of different software and programs that you might use on the job. I'll just go ahead and select a few of these at random. And then skills and abilities. Again, these are just to give your employer the understanding that you are either good, excellent, or outstanding at a particular skill or ability. So I'll go ahead and put a few of these on here. And they automatically check themselves when you rate yourself. And then we'll move on to the next section. And now this comes up and says that do you wish to continue? You have not selected the full amount. The reason this pops up is that this program is geared toward making a one-page resume. And it knows, based on how many options that you've selected, that either it will be too few or too many. In this case, it thinks that it'll be too few, and the resume will be a little short, and there'll be empty space at the bottom. If you selected more than the amount and it was going to go onto 2 pages, it would give you a different alert telling you that as well, that you should select fewer statements. I'm going to ignore this right now, and you can as well. Click OK, and then it will create the resume. Okay, and now you see that we have a completed resume. You can view a sample of your resume by selecting the View Document option. You can see that it input all of the information that we used, and it was shorter than a full page. From here you can download it as a RTF document, which will make it an editable Word document, or as a PDF that you can email out to employers. And to go back, just go back to the main tab, and if you want to edit it, you can select this and it'll take you back to the form, and you can insert or take out more information. If you want to delete this resume, you can do that. Or if you'd like to download it immediately, you can download it as a Word document or a PDF as well. Okay, now that our resume is completed, let's move on to create a cover letter. So we'll select a cover letter from the list, and it's going to ask us if we want to make a cover letter for the resume that we just created or for a different position. So we're going to select yes, we want to make a cover letter for the resume that we've just completed, and it's going to give you 4 different options. 2 should be related to the profession that was selected, and 2 should be generic. And you can go to the different ones by selecting more than previous. I'm going to go ahead and use this first one. Just as the same as the others, it's editable. You can go down through, change out any information that you'd like, and then once you have it the way you want it, hit save and select use, then click next section, and it's creating your cover letter. And it's just that simple. Now again, we can go to view, and you can see that we have a cover letter already completed. And just like the other resume, you can download it as an editable Word document or download it as a PDF. And returning to our documents page, we can delete it or download it. Alright, now that we have our resume and cover letter, we'll move on to the last step, which is references. So we'll select that from the list. It'll start out by asking you to reconfirm your name and contact information, and then we'll hit next. Then you have the references page where you can enter your reference information. Okay, and now you can just enter your references. I've gone ahead and added a few in here, and you can have a total of 5. And we'll go to next section. Okay, and then we'll see what that looks like. We can select view, and you can see it has the contact information here along with my contact information. We'll close that, and we're all finished. We have a resume, cover letter, and references ready to go. Thank you for joining me today.